the Nightline 5.
I tried hard to quit smoking. But when we brought our daughter home, that was it. Now I have Nicoderm CQ.
The Nicoderm CQ patch with unique extended release technology helps prevent your urge to smoke all day.
It's the best thing that ever happened to me. Every great why needs a great how.
Shoulders don't just carry pads. They carry your fans' passions, hopes, and dreams, and maybe a chance at greatness. Because shoulders were made for greatness, not dandruff.
There will be no spoiler alerts in this next story because the new season of Twin Peaks was kept so top secret, even some of the cast members don't know the complete plot. And so we spoke to them and their mastermind, director David Lynch, about the need for mystery and the revival of the iconic show after 25 years off the air. Here's ABC's David Wright.
From those first moody bass notes, Twin Peaks was quirky, murky, and strange. A road not taken, ever, in TV before.
February 24th, entering the town of Twin Peaks.
A place full of riddles, wrapped in enigmas, and sometimes earnestly cradling a log.
My log saw something that night.
The show's central mystery was the death of beauty queen Laura Palmer. And in a final twist of the plot, the very last words we hear from her in the final episode of Twin Peaks.
I'll see you again in 25 years.
Now are coming true. Twin Peaks is back for a third season 25 years later, Sunday nights on Showtime.
We last saw you bloodied, cackling with laughter.
How's Annie? Yeah. Great way to end.
The longest cliffhanger in history.
Yeah, without question.
The cast, full of familiar faces, plus a newcomer or two, as surprised as any of us to be reunited again. We met up with a few of them at the Lambs Club bar in Midtown Manhattan.
I'm relieved that after 25 years of pie...
2 more pieces of this incredible pie.
You're not a diabetic.
Very, very lucky. I know. I take my blood sugar every day.
You must exercise a lot.
Happy that I fit back in the suit, for God's sake.
For those who weren't watching back in the day, Twin Peaks was a cop drama like no other.
Diane, I'm holding in my hand a small box of chocolate bunnies.
Filtered through the mind of David Lynch, Twin Peaks was a huge hit worldwide.
Didn't Gorbachev ask George Bush who killed Laura Palmer?
Yes, he did. And evidently the Queen was a big fan at the time. Yeah, I've heard the story that she dismissed herself from an event that she was having. I think it might even been her birthday. And she went upstairs because she had to go watch Twin Peaks.
Wow. Capture and incarcerate.
That's David Lynch himself. So secretive is he about this reboot of the show.
Even the old music is a little Twin Peaksy, huh?
He would only talk to us by telephone.
Hey, David.
Hi, David. How are you?
His answers to most of our questions, almost monosyllabic.
So I know you can't give anything away, but what breadcrumbs can you give us?
You know, Sunday night, May 21st, you'll start the thing.
Right.
And then in September, you'll have finished.
It's not personal. That level of secrecy serves a purpose.
Nowadays, people on trailers, you've seen the whole film by the time you finish the trailer, and it's really ridiculous. The film is the thing, and, you know, people will see it, you know, when it airs, and just let it unfold the way it's supposed to.
And it extends even to the stars of the show.
We even had to wear capes on the set to cover our costumes.
Like superhero capes?
Kind of.
Jim Belushi is a new addition to the ensemble.
You got in trouble for ad-libbing?
Well, there was one scene, can't tell you who's in it, and in the middle of that, I threw in a line. And cut. Mr. Belushi? Yes, sir. Do I need to bring you to the principal's office? No, sir. All right, let's do it again.
Kimmy Robertson plays the daffy secretary, Lucy Moran.
Sheriff, it's Pete Martell up at the mill.
That voice is so distinctive. And that's your real voice.
Actually, David had me speak in a higher register than normal. So Lucy talks a little more up here. Sheriff? And I'm way down here.
Yeah, big difference. Dana Ashbrook, the resident bad boy of Twin Peaks.
David made the cool character. He wrote this cool character, and I got to kind of like play. I mean, you know, surfing on a car while you're drinking a beer, and, you know.
You didn't do that in high school?
No, I was a geek. I was a total geek.
Twin Peaks was such a phenomenon, it inspired the creators of tons of TV that followed.
All of these shows that have come after, the creators and showrunners say that they're basically stealing from David Lynch. I mean, you got Lost, The Sopranos.
Yeah, well, there's certainly been an influence.
I think when Twin Peaks happened, everything changed. It was beautiful light, beautiful music, looked like a movie.
So much of it created almost by accident by David Lynch. The casting of Killer Bob, for example.
I was on my hands and knees upstairs in Laura Palmer's house. Some girl said, "Frank, don't lock yourself in that room," because Frank was the set dresser and he was just moving a big bureau in front of the door. But I suddenly pictured Frank in Laura Palmer's room. And then I said, "Okay, Frank, you go down to the foot of the bed, grab onto those metal bars at the foot of the bed and stare right at the camera."
Oh, my God.
Those things were the birth of Bob.
Wow. By accident.
By accident.
This week in Brooklyn, fans of the show lined up around the block to participate in a Twin Peaks pop-up tribute event, many of them in costume.
My cat's name is Special Agent Dale Cooper. He looks just like Kyle MacLachlan.
Even taking in some Twin Peaks-inspired burlesque.
I'm beside myself that it's coming back. Beside myself.
I mean, it was so wacky, some of it.
Well, it's like life, you know.
How do you mean?
Life has these same things.
I don't know many log ladies.
Well, yeah, you know, there are not a lot of them, but they're here and there, I'm sure.
25 years later, is it hard to get back to that place?
For me, the most exciting thing about this coming back to Twin Peaks really was a chance to work with David again in this world, because I hadn't had that experience for a long time, and that relationship I missed a great deal.
As for what's in store Sunday, perhaps Agent Dale Cooper said it best.
I have no idea where this will lead us, but I have a definite feeling it will be a place both wonderful and strange.
I'm David Wright for Nightline in New York.